Good morning, Miracle Swingers. I hope that you're ready to become the greatest golfer you can be, because I am. I'm about to head to the golf course to work on my short game and do my practice like a pro routine. So today's video, I'm going to be showing you my whole practice routine, exactly what I do every morning. I'm 2 weeks into it, and I am hoping that in 6 weeks to 2 months, I'll start to see definite progress. But I'm going to tell you right now, I am literally a different golfer than I was 2 weeks ago. I'm focused on my short game because that's what Gary Player told me a couple of years ago. He's like, you must become a master of the game from 50 yards and in. I know so much more about the short game and my golf swing. It's mind-blowing. It's hard to comprehend. My miracle swing is tighter than ever. The screws are just, and I'm just like pounding these balls out there and feeling super, super confident. My chipping and my putting is improving. And MSE TV subscribers, thank you so much. You will get an over half an hour video of my practice routine where I go in detail to everything that I'm working on. Today's video for YouTube is going to be a really nice video. I'm going to show you everything I do, but on MSE TV, I'm going to do a much more detailed breakdown. And guys, don't forget the next MSE Intensive is September 3rd and 4th. I want to share this with folks. I want you to play the best golf of your life. So hit me up, Christo at myswingevolution.com if you'd like details about the next over-the-top miracle school, where I'm going to be sharing all of these tips and tricks, things that are helping me to finally understand all facets of the game. And who knows, I think the sky's the limit. So let's dig into today's great practice video. Good morning, guys. Got my coffee. Today is the end of my second week of implementing my practice like a pro routine. So I'm going to bring you through my morning routine that's about 3 hours long. I start at dawn and I'm usually done by about 9 o'clock so I can get to my computer and get started working on all the things that I do for my swing evolution. But what I normally do is I start out with chipping for 45 minutes because that's my top priority. I call it the priority principle. You have to focus on what your weakest thing is. The next thing, I probably need to work on is some pitches, maybe some sand shots. Then generally what I'll do is start putting. So after I get through with all my short game, then I go to the driving range. I reward myself with ball striking. As you guys know, I love to hit golf balls and I have a tendency to just do too much of that. So it's because of my miracle swing that I feel like I can actually finally see how good I can get at this game, and that led me to the conclusion that I have to really master my short game, just like Gary Player told me. So the first thing I do is I set my alarm for 45 minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna chip for 45 minutes. So the significant change that happened for me about a week ago was I realized when I grabbed my 3 golf balls that I'm gonna chip with, that I was chipping them to try and get them in a 3-foot circle around the hole. And listening to Bob Rotella, I realized I should be thinking about chipping them in the hole. So the first time I played this game, I made 4 chips. The next time was 5. Yesterday, I made 7 chips in 45 minutes. And so the byproduct is a lot of my misses are closer to the hole. So it's a really interesting shift in my mindset that's making me a much better chipper. All right, so that one caught the edge of the fringe, and this next one's even a little bit worse. It's a ticklish downhiller, but the results weren't too bad. So I came out here, they changed the cups on me, but I was so excited because I made my first chip, and these other 2, they're close enough to tap in. So that's a pretty good start. So this is my second set, I picked this braking chip, and wouldn't you know it, 2 out of 4. 2 out of 4. Pretty darn good. All right, that's 2 so far. So I ended up making 7 or 8. I can't remember. I think I tied my record. But tomorrow's another day. Now, I am working on short putts next. So what I'm doing here is I'm rolling the balls backwards from the hole to see where the straight putt is. So that tells me pretty much how far they're going to break, if at all. I do 5 rounds of 5 balls. So what that does is it brings me up to 100 putts over the 4 distances. And the alignment aid doesn't just help me to putt the ball straight, but it helps me to keep my putter from going too far back to the inside, which is my tendency. Okay guys, so I just finished my 100 putts from 3 feet, 4 feet, 5 feet, and 6 feet. And today I actually started from 6 feet and made my 25, and then went to 5 feet, 4 feet, and 3 feet. And the thing that's interesting is I've started to realize the hole is big. Like, you don't have to hit an exactly perfect putt. You can actually, you know, there's wiggle room in there. You know, so that just gives me a little bit of freedom to concentrate on making the best stroke that I can, that the ball is going to be caught by the hole. So that's pretty fun. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 balls and I'm going to putt 9 lag putts, 9 holes. So it's a total of 18 holes. And what I try and do is break par. So a 1 putt is a birdie and a 3 putt is a bogey. All right, so here's my first hole, and I can tell from the dew line I haven't really played enough break. That wasn't a bad putt, but it needed a little bit more oomph. So I try to remain patient and go through my routine to knock these short putts in the back of the cup. That was a pretty good run at it, but this next one I just don't give it enough steam. So after tapping in this first ball, then I want to get set and really focus on making this putt. And this is where those short putts that I practiced earlier really come in handy. Now this is my 9th hole, so that's putt number 17. I sink it to come back to even par. And then this next putt, pretty good run at it, but I just ran out of steam. Okay, sinking that last putt brought me back to even par for my 9-hole lag game, and for me that's pretty good. So I'm working hard to learn how to use the bounce on my 54 degree. So I usually start off just hitting some pitch shots. Short, longer, 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 and then longer, shorter, 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 just to get used to letting the club weight do the work. So working on this technique to find the bounce, I've really learned a lot more about the bounce these last couple of weeks. And now these last few days, I'm having more faith in letting the club head actually release completely. So now I'm hitting some shots that are about 70-yard pitch shots here, and working on the bounce is carried over to these shots. I'm hardly taking any turf at all. It used to always be a mystery to me when I heard pros talk about great wedge players not taking deep divots. All right, so I've been out here for 2 hours and 45 minutes or so, and I'm finally up to full swings. And this is where I used to start. So that should just give you an idea of how much work I need to do at a minimum to be great at golf. Practically 3 hours before I take any full swings. But I'm convinced if I continue to practice like a pro, maybe I'll be one. So I'm tired of being a good golfer. I want to be a great golfer. I want to be able to give the pros that I know a run for their money. I want to be able to compete in tournaments and not feel like the wheels are going to come off. That's always been the reason why I've hesitated. You know, I've only played in that one tournament that I had, the MSC tournament. I shot 74 and I actually won first place, but it was a grind the whole day and it wasn't enjoyable for me. But this is what it's all about here, trying to become a great golfer now with my over-the-top swing.
Sounded like a rocket, man.
So I went
doing anything for speed or something? Because I mean, you hit in the back fence, so I'm guessing you're at least 107 to 111.
I just went to a shorter shaft.
Okay.
I had a 45.75. This is 44 and a half.
Yeah, but the fact that you're carrying it over 260.
So that's my practice like a pro routine. I hope that you'll institute it, and I hope you'll pick up the over-the-top miracle swing. If you'd like to learn these techniques in person, come on out to the MSC Intensive September 3rd and 4th. I hope you hit them long and hit them straight. Do you think you picked up some yardage since we've been working on this stuff?
On the driver, at least 50 to 60 yards.
It's dynamite.
It's crazy.
I want you to swing over the top. You heard me, now hear me out.
My swing is feeling effortless with power.
Don't try to rebuild your swing if you're over the top. Learn to use it to your advantage. What do you notice about it?
It's just easy. It's just easy. I don't have a whole bunch of thoughts, just one. Just come inside, hit down.
Dropping it under causes pushes and hooks, and it almost ruined my back. When I started my swing evolution, I was a terrible golfer. Today, my channel has over 25 million views, and I even got to swing as Ben Hogan on the Golf Channel. Click the link below to experience your very own miracle. Transform your game at myswingevolution.com.